Your heart is pounding like it's about to burst out of your chest. You can't catch your breath. Your hands are shaking. One question screams in your mind, "Am I dying?" You try to breathe deeper, but it only gets worse. It feels like the walls are closing in and the floor is disappearing beneath you. You grab your phone to call 911, but 10 minutes later, it's over. All that's left is cold sweat and one paralyzing fear. What if this happens again? If you've ever experienced this, know this: you're not alone. A panic attack is not weakness, it's not insanity, and it's not a life sentence. It's a physiological response from your nervous system that's simply gone off track. And today we're going to break down this problem from two completely different approaches. The first is the perspective of Andrew Huberman, a neuroscientist from Stanford who says, "Your panic is physiology, change your breathing and brain chemistry, and the attack will stop in 2 minutes." The second is the approach of Stephen Hayes, creator of acceptance and commitment therapy, who claims the complete opposite. Stop fighting the panic. Accept it, and it will lose its power over you. Two worlds, two strategies. Which one works? Or maybe both do? Let's find out. And at the end, I'll give you a concrete action plan: what to do right in the middle of an attack and how to eliminate panic attacks forever. To understand how to stop a panic attack, we first have to understand the hardware. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a neurobiologist at Stanford University, explains that panic is a top-down hijack of your nervous system. When your amygdala senses danger, it floods your body with adrenaline, and your carbon dioxide levels begin to shift. Huberman's core philosophy is simple yet revolutionary. When you cannot control the mind with the mind, use the body to control the mind. He argues that trying to think your way out of panic is like trying to stop a runaway train by shouting at it. Instead, you need to pull the mechanical brake. The brake Huberman recommends is the physiological sigh. This is a specific breathing pattern that triggers the vagus nerve and immediately lowers your heart rate. It works because it pops open the tiny air sacs in your lungs called alveoli, which collapse when we are stressed. To perform the physiological sigh, take a deep, full breath in through your nose. Then right at the top, when you think your lungs are full, take a second, shorter, sharp inhale to get that last bit of air in. Finally, let out a very long, slow exhale through your mouth until your lungs are completely empty. As Huberman puts it, the physiological sigh is the fastest, real-time tool we know of to bring our air level of autonomic arousal down. By forcing the long exhale, you are physically signaling your brain that the emergency is over. You aren't hoping to feel better. You are forcing your biology to calm down. While Andrew Huberman shows us how to hack the body, Dr. Stephen Hayes, the father of acceptance and commitment therapy, asks us to look at our mind. Hayes argues that the primary reason a panic attack feels like a nightmare isn't the physical sensation itself. It is our desperate struggle to make it stop. Think of your panic like quicksand. The more you thrash and fight to get out, the deeper you sink. Hayes suggests that our internal struggle switch is what turns a moment of anxiety into a full-blown panic attack. He explains it this way: we try to get rid of the bad feelings, but it is the very act of trying to get rid of them that makes them stay. Instead of fighting, Hayes introduces a concept called cognitive diffusion. This means stepping back and realizing that your thoughts are just words, and your sensations are just energy. You are not dying. You are experiencing a racing heart. You are not losing your mind. You are experiencing frightening thoughts. His approach is to expand. Instead of tightening your muscles and holding your breath, imagine you are opening up. Imagine there is a vast space inside you where this panic can exist without hurting you. Hayes often tells his patients, the goal of therapy is not to get rid of the symptoms, but to live a life that is meaningful. When you stop fighting the monster has no power over you. By saying yes to the panic, by allowing it to be there without trying to fix it, you break the cycle of fear. You become the observer of the storm rather than the person drowning in it. As Hayes teaches, you don't have to wait for the panic to go away to be safe. You are safe while the panic is happening. Now we have two powerful tools: Huberman's biological brake and Hayes's psychological acceptance. But in the heat of the moment, which one should you choose? My answer is both. Think of it as a two-stage defense system. Step 1, the physical reset. In the first 30 seconds, your body is in a state of high alarm. Don't try to analyze your thoughts yet. Your only job is to communicate with your nervous system in its own language. Perform the physiological sigh. Double inhale through the nose, Long exhale through the mouth. Repeat this 3 times. By doing this, you are physically dragging your heart rate down and clearing the carbon dioxide that's fueling the smothering sensation. You are silencing the siren. Step 2. The psychological expansion. Once the peak physical surge begins to fade, your brain will try to restart the panic with what-if thoughts. This is where you switch to the haze method. Stop trying to feel better. Instead, become a curious observer. Say to yourself, I see you panic. You're just energy. I have plenty of room for you. Don't push the anxiety away. Just let it sit in the passenger seat while you continue with your day. To make this even more effective, use a sensory anchor. Carry a very sour candy, a cold water bottle, or a strong essential oil. The sharp sensation acts as a grounding wire, pulling your attention from the storm in your head back to the reality of the present moment. As we have seen today, a panic attack is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that your body's survival system is working too hard. Huberman gives you the power to regulate your biology, and haze gives you the wisdom to outsmart your fear. Next time you feel that flutter in your chest, remember, you have the tools. You are the observer of the storm, not the storm itself. You are safe, you are in control, and this too shall pass. Thank you for watching. If this protocol helps you, share it with someone who needs to hear this. I'll see you in the next breakdown.